Hello, people.
Canada, you're lying to us right now. You're coach, right? What we doing? Canada's. How long have you been a Canada fan?
Probably like 2-3 years.
Since they got good, basically.
Yeah, well, because once they got into the World Cup, like their journey to get into a World Cup was pretty. It was an amazing story.
Shoot their documentary. Were you there? Were you the towel guy? So, what do you think about this? Sean, sorry, I almost called you as well. I'm still being on the side.
I don't know, Osvaldo.
Because Alfonso Davies, he was not there for a lot of the preliminary World Cup qualifying matches. He was hurt.
Right.
So it was Canada. Like everyone says that Alfonso Davies is like, everyone relies on Alfonso Davies. And partially, but again, he was hurt when Canada still, and they just got scored on.
Mexico just scored?
No.
2-0.
That was a really good goal.
2-0.
That was a really good goal.
I didn't see it. I'm going for it.
I think I did see it. It was a long shot. It was a long shot.
Oh, I don't have it here. Sorry.
Okay. Mexico. What is it?
It's a semifinal.
The
What tournament?
Nations League.
Mexico's playing against Canada.
It was a free kick. Oh yeah. I've seen him. I've seen Raul do that at West Ham. He's done that at West Ham before.
That was nice.
Yeah. So Canada's losing 0. Canada's
Yeah.
going back to the proper place.
Exactly.
What to Canada and Canadians?
No.
No?
No.
Why
Stay.
not? Why not?
I'm about to throw red flag on the play on that one.
I put a studio mode. It's being weird. The studio mode is being weird.
You need a second monitor. Oh no.
No, I always
No,
use
yeah,
studio
you-
mode. I
right,
just
right.
know it's being weird. Look, it just put the screen like small for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah. Whenever we mess with that, the sides, it got weird.
Hmm.
Ever since.
I do need a second monitor. But yeah, we're good.
Good. Do you want to use the iPad?
Oh, maybe.
You
maybe.
used to have 2 monitors.
With the iPad, you can make the iPad a monitor. But yeah. So, what do you think of this trader, man? I don't know how I feel about this.
Choice.
Oh, there's a goal. 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 There's a motherfucker.
Oh,
He's actually rallying for Canada. That's crazy.
You gotta respect it. I mean,
It's one thing.
you gotta respect it.
One thing for clubs, right? You can pick your club.
Yeah, club is free
whatever.
game.
Yeah. But nations.
Is it because
like there's an?
I have a huge
intrinsic-
criticism
that's-
for Mexico too.
You need password.
Well,
Is it because
what's-
they're not at the level they should be.
They're never at the level they should.
That's
What you
why.
mean?
But
They got to the semifinals of the Copa America. Mexico stay in group phase. What you mean? Why are you
They
eating?
should be winning that.
So you got tired of them losing.
I got tired of them being a bit middle class, middle of the.
If this is gonna get to be who you are, let's go Canada. Let's go. Let's go. I like this. So you got tired of them being average.
Yeah, when they should not be average.
If you want to go for Canada, who's below average.
Yeah,
Like
like,
really making.
Canada is the underdog, and they've been putting up fights.
That's true.
Mexico does not put up a fight. They'll put up a fake fight, but not a full-on fight.
I can kind of agree with that because I'm still a fan. I'm not a trader like him, but
Yeah, but it doesn't matter at
Doesn't
that
work.
point.
Because it's connected to the iPhone. The camera, maybe.
Okay. No. But go to the setting. You know where you can share the iPad and make it a.
That's what I'm trying to do. It says it's
It's
unable
not
to
always
unable
copy
to
this?
connect because it's connected to another thing
Okay.
by AirPlay.
Probably the phone, man.
Yeah, but we're good. We're good. We're on. Looking good on camera.
You're looking good, Camilo.
Thank you.
I like
You
your
too.
jersey.
Thank you.
It's
I
'cause-
don't. I should burn that.
Wait, what's
That's
your
what
club? Are you Barca guy?
Barca.
he refuses to wear our team jersey.
Are they Real?
Yeah.
Black one.
That's it.
I mean, they are, but
Die.
I wouldn't go that far. But I just rather bring my own.
White jersey or black.
So what?
Yeah.
The majority of the team you guys play with are Real fans?
No, it was just a cool jersey.
Oh, you guys just chose it.
Mm-hmm.
We just submitted to Camilo's well where we have Real Madrid and Colombia
I was a
jerseys.
part of the team at that point,
They
I
outvoted.
would say
so
They outvoted.
I
I
didn't say.
didn't propose them. I didn't even put them on the list. It was all them.
yeah, I didn't have a say. So I got back. I was like, "What is this?"
it's Real Madrid.
No, I'm good. I'll bring my own jersey.
Nice. But I agree with you because I'm still a fan of them, but I can't watch them because there's just like this. To me, it's the equivalent of what J. Cole did to me. He didn't like fight, and then Mexico lately they've been looking like they just whatever. Something's going.
They just go to the World Cup and put their asses
Yeah, and just
for them to fuck
Yeah,
them.
but that's part of the deal. Part of what you
Doesn't
signed up for.
it
with
doesn't
football.
always have to be that
Yeah, it does. I mean, like,
What?
I'm a big Denver fan. The Broncos. Like, they haven't for this year. They hadn't gone to the playoffs since 2015. But I'm still there. I'll still go to the games. I'll still like cheer them on.
Of
But they're gonna
course.
be like, oh no, they suck now. I'm gonna choose another team.
Oh no,
imagine how
And then-
Camilo feels.
Of
and
course.
then like a nation is something else because that's attached to.
What you look like.
It's attached to your identity. It's attached to your
Like,
heritage.
I've still gone to all the Mexico games that have been here in
You should
Colorado.
be banned.
Yeah, but you can't just switch like that.
why can't you like both?
Yeah.
You can, but not when they're playing each other.
I just think that
Well, that's why his Spears is Canada.
I feel like Mexico needs a challenge and
Yeah,
I
but
f-
you're going for Canada.
because
they
they need that challenge for the World Cup.
Yeah, they're not. They ain't playing Martinique and Bikini Bottom in the World Cup.
No, they need the inspiration.
They need your belief.
A little bit, yes.
The Mexican man you are.
A little bit,
You
yes.
lose right here.
Yeah, I need them to lose so they try harder.
They need to try harder.
Yeah, they need to try harder.
Mexican.
They need to because they're going by automatically. They're going to the World Cup.
He needs to
Because we have the World Cup that's like and it's gonna be
Hosting.
hosting the world. So it needs to be top
Oh,
tier.
oh.
Oh my god.
Third.
Yeah.
And they're winning 2-0, right?
Oh, offsides.
God damn.
It was against Alfonso Davies.
I have the YouTube shit.
I can have an iPad. So
Nah,
is that
That
only
does-
in sports? Is that only in sports? Because I do see a lot of people do that. Like I know people that used to be Raider fans, not Raider fans anymore. I know people that when Curry was doing his thing, they just jumped on his shit. I know people who never even thought of Philly, became Philly fans. The same thing with KC. So is that only okay in sports? I mean, if I was a sports fan, not okay to me, but I'm not a typical sports fan. So is that only okay in sports? Is like can we only hop, fandom ship or hop a hot run or whatever the fuck?
What else would it be?
In life you cannot do that. In life you go to the other side, I shoot you. Like I don't know. In life there's no explanation. You
No, I mean in life you can change.
no in life
citizenship.
you can. You shouldn't, right?
hit
But-
twist your mic just a bit so the logo is fade. There.
There you go.
Because I see it in sports all the time. Whoever's hot, whoever is getting the championship, they end up picking up some random fans.
But then I know a lot of people that are born here in Colorado and go for the Raiders or the
Ghetto.
Patriots.
Patriots is crazy. You trust these goes, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. And they
Raiders,
live
I can see a little.
and
I feel like
I hate Raiders.
can't be. Well, I don't know. It's a joke. But I feel like it's a deeper.
It should be deeper.
It's a
right?
deeper
Where
sense
you're
of
from?
like, if you have a personal attachment to it, it's a deeper sense of fandom. It's a deeper like attachment to a team. You have some attachment.
Yeah.
Like most people are a fan of a team because I don't know their parents.
Yeah, that's what the
They
Raiders
lived
or like people that
somewhere.
are fans of the Texas.
Yeah.
Like I have no attachment to any Mexican clubs.
No, well that's I
That's
could
different.
yeah, I don't either. But like you have attachment to the Mexican
The
team.
Mexican team. That's
One way.
Of course, yeah. That's why I go watch them. I do go watch them. I do pay to go watch
Are
them.
you saying they need to win your love again? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
I
I feel
I'm
like
basically
they
saying
need to prove
that
themselves to you again.
they need some losses before they can get wins.
Oh,
that
so you
makes
give them
sense.
that tough love and you want them to lose so they can learn their lesson.
So they can be a top shape for the World Cup.
Well, Canada's not going to do it today. By the
Yeah.
things.
That ain't
That's
happening
alright.
tonight.
Would you apply the same to Canada?
Well, they've
Or is that
been
just like a fleeting?
Well, because
like, I'm just gonna go for this.
they've been an
Okay.
underdog, so I think that they have a good. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing.
That's it for them. Yeah. Who's here?
No, but the way I can kind of agree with Osvaldo because it's like Brazil. When you talk about soccer internationally, outside of clubs, Mexico needs to be part of it. It just it's weird when it's not. It's almost like, well, I guess soccer. It's not the same feeling. It's like Brazil. I would equate it to Brazil. Brazil is one of those prominent teams that historically in the World Cup, they've always been value important because of the talent and how they play. And I think Mexico, to a certain degree, saying to that, they need to perform because
Are you comparing Mexico to Brazil?
on the soccer level and fandom.
That's a crazy comparison.
No. And I will. You know why? Because not on the skill base, because obviously Brazil in their skill, in their
Last time they played, they held their own.
in the mechanics and the technicality, two different things.
When Hendrik was the main
Oh
striker?
yeah, that's true.
But think about it. Like I remember if it was the Africa World Cup or the Japanese one, anyone, I don't remember. But
2002.
El Matador was still playing. That's when the jerseys had that the Aztec jerseys. You could see like even in a foul or even in a hard run or even in an attempt, like that Mexican passion does a lot for the viewership and the fandomship. So they're not exactly the same as far as the technicality as Brazil is, and obviously they will continue to be. But like, it's like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's because the other part is also the corruption in the Mexican league.
But there's corruption in all soccer.
Yeah, but it's more prominent in.
Yeah, but then you're talking about the clubs.
No, not necessarily. Yeah, well, clubs. Well, because
Leads into the
well, yeah, exactly. So basically, the story is that most players in Mexico will not go overseas because they get paid so good to stay in Mexico. So,
European one.
so for them not to go overseas, they don't get the same high level of play.
They come back, if anything.
Exactly. So at that point, Mexico is just playing their popular players, not really their best.
or even potentially their best,
Mhm.
just the marketing best, basically.
Yeah.
Because if you were the best, you would be in Europe.
Yeah, because I mean, you look at Argentina. I
Mhm.
think one or two play in Argentina.
Yeah.
Like
And that's the
everybody's
rest
out in
of
Europe. Yeah, the best teams in Europe.
Yep. Brazil the same.
Brazil the same.
But they're not the best right now, though. They're having a really hard time.
Who's the best ahorita, country?
By record and statistics?
No, just let's say most
Who's number one
Players-
in the FIFA rankings?
in clubs.
Oh, must be an European. What, Argentina, no?
I think still
Argentina.
Argentina. Yeah.
For ranking doesn't make any sense, anyways.
But as far as the corruption, maybe we feel it more because it's closest to us. But I mean, the whole FIFA operation is a racketing scheme.
Of course, but again,
Argentina is.
other teams still do put their players in Europe.
No, 100%. But at that point, you got to think about the geopolitical aspect of Mexico. Because
Well, following the ranking, Mexico is on the
They've gone down.
19th place.
19.
They were like 11th.
yeah,
First 10.
and at some point they were top
Not
10.
even close. Argentina, France, Spain, England, Brazil. Brazil is 5th.
They're still
Portugal, Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, Germany, Uruguay, Colombia, Croatia, Morocco, Japan. The first 15. Japan is better than Mexico. Según based on this, which
USA
again,
was number 10.
USA is 16 now.
They weren't, and they were number
This
10.
thing doesn't. This ranking doesn't
They
make
just
sense.
lost it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yes, that's why it's
US?
actually like doesn't.
Who they lose to?
That was bad.
I didn't watch it, but Christian said that United States was on them the whole time.
Very. I mean, a last minute goal was again
Yeah.
more bullshit. Like
Were they just kind of playing dirty the whole time?
no, like they were on them like about to score and shit, but then last
They
minute
never-
goal from Panama just
Yeah.
kicked them out.
It sucks when like it knocked out the last minute.
Yeah, I know.
It's like 90th plus 4.
Yeah.
What was Colombia? Like
90 plus 10.
8.
It was the
No.
97th minute.
Oh, that's
We were
early, bitch.
we were 1-1, and then Vinicius just bounced the ball on the player, and then we went in.
and it was over.
And yeah, that's it.
The whole hour came to 1 minute.
Yeah, but that's football.
No, but the point I would say to Osvaldo was saying, you're right. We don't, and we definitely should, just because there's a value there, especially if you want to see yourself as a great soccer player. But the geopolitical side is that there's enough Mexicans that they will watch America and be content with the below average performing in
Of course.
soccer.
Also, I feel like most people separate political from the actual.
You think sometimes it's just you just want to watch soccer.
Yeah,
You don't
exactly.
care.
I just want to watch my team.
Of
I don't
course.
care about like the.
That's true, but
Representing
you
your town, your city, whatever.
but you need to understand the underlying causes of things. Like a team that's always losing, there's gonna be a cause of them always losing.
Well, that cost is clear because I do agree with you because I haven't been able to watch it. Like, and I came up in a household where we watched it either, especially when they would play the World Cup and like in other times, we would wake up at 2 a.m. and watch all their games, right? Because like even like that clear vision of El Matador with his long blonde hair, like I have that shit painted in my brain because how hard he used to play and like the passion they would put. It's like when Mexican boxers were worth watch fighting. They were not the best technically, but they were not going to give up or like they could take a hit. So I think it took that hit. Like they don't like. I want Mexico to always win, but am I gonna hope for it? Probably not. Am I gonna watch it? No. Just they lost me at this point because I feel at this point, like you were saying, the money and all that stuff. They don't care about the.
See, like this game, like I'm not so sad Canada's losing. Like Jimenez.
Flippy floppy, man.
Yeah.
No. Well, like, again,
Canada, floppy over
He's
here.
in Mexico.
well, again, Raúl Jimenez.
Who paid you?
He's in Europe. Santi Jimenez also in Europe.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Edson Alvarez también. So we do have a team that can compete.
This is probably the best they've ever played in a while, right?
I would. Yeah,
This is probably like the best, like probably back
2-0 again because I think the last
easy
time.
kind of.
So
That shit didn't even look competitive. A little bit of that I seen ahorita.
Because it's not, dude.
Yes. So salty.
So okay, let me ask you because I think, and not call Osvaldo not a fan or Sean not a fan, but to me, you're like I think what you meant earlier about how certain people don't care about the geopolitical.
Right.
And I think when you come from a place from Colombia, you don't care. You love to die by
Yeah.
those motherfuckers, regardless. But you just want to watch soccer. You want a moment of like, finally, like I'm okay. You know, it's not gonna be too bad tomorrow.
I mean, they killed a motherfucker because
exactly.
they lost.
Escobar was like, "No, fam, we can't have.
We can't have that shit. We gotta take him out.
Hey, they told him not to go back,
And he went back.
and he went back.
So, what would you think of like, like one of your family members that is a diehard Colombian fan like you, and then all of a sudden they start going for Argentina? Like, how would you feel about that? Because I think your fandom is a little different.
Yeah, my family is not that crazy. I'm not that crazy, but then it's in
But
Argentina
you
and
wouldn't go
those.
for another team.
Not for Colombian. Why? Like, it's not that I'm not gonna die because they lose. Like, I'm not gonna die because we throw away a World Cup having the best generation of players we ever had.
Alright.
Just because we didn't like a coach. So stuff like that is just Stalin. We have we could. I will say, and I'll put my hand on the fire that we are the third best national team in the world right now.
But that's the principle. He just stated they lost the game because they didn't like the coach. They didn't believe that they should be in that place.
Right, but he's not saying I'm gonna go for Brazil now.
But again, when we lose, just because before the Copa America final, we went on a 32 streak of winning
Right.
against everybody. We will beat everybody: Argentina, Brazil, France, Spain, everybody. You guys 2 times. It's just like, and then now being in this situation, losing against Brazil by 1 goal last minute, it's just like, okay, it get us to be. It's frustrating because we know we could have won that game easily, but then we just don't know how it is to win finals. We don't have that Brazil have.
You don't have that clutch. You don't have
With the clutch moment,
Yeah.
we don't have that big teams, Real Madrid, I don't know, Lakers in NBA. Was quarterback Rust? They root him on a show. Why I can't remember his name? Best quarterback ever in history.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Okay, man. But
Tom Brady. Like we don't have that. So it's just going back to your question. No, I mean it's not that crazy. For in South America, they love Messi, for example.
no, I know.
They're more Messi than Ronaldo's. Or back in the 2010s, they
Yeah.
were more Messi than Ronaldo fans. So at that point, we in a World Cup, if we don't go, we will support whoever goes from South America. That's the main thing. Like
That's true.
Colombia doesn't make it. Okay, let's go for Ecuador
Whoever's
Yeah.
next.
or Argentina. So
Yeah, because we are one technically, right?
for example, CONCACAF and CONMEBOL, we hate you guys. Like that's how we see that. The fact that, yeah, to be fair, I don't hate it because
No,
I do appreciate. I supported Mexico this past World Cup. Bad decision, to be honest. But then at that point, it's just because I'm more into the culture now and everything. But then for us, those games, for them in South America, those are clowns playing. 1,000%.
I see.
Dude, we come from playing against Pelé, Rivaldo. Like, we come from playing.
Like top tier.
No, best in the world players.
Yeah.
Not even top tier. So, if you go ask an Argentinian, like, what do you think of the Canada and Panama game? They will, what? And they were like, how many World Cups do you guys have? So, it's just they live by that.
Yeah.
So that's why you go, maybe not to like North South America countries, like, because we're humble in soccer. Like, we don't have history as they do.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you ask anybody, did you see the Bolivia Peru game? They're like, what?
Yeah, they will beat you guys. I'll put my hands in the fire for it.
They'll beat us in the fight.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And Uruguay came here, they destroyed Mexico.
We
Yeah.
just beat them.
That's another.
For example,
But they have history, don't they?
Peru just beat them. For example,
Peru just beat them.
Bolivia just won against Colombia in that fucking Himalaya mountain that they play on.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
Well, that's the thing. But he's right though. Bolivia,
Yeah, they don't matter, right? Or like these islands, these small.
we're about
islands.
to. Oh no! I mean, Bolivia actually has soccer players. You know, they're not benders and shit. Like
Fishermen.
they're not fishermen.
like,
Yeah.
what's that? There was a movie that came out recently, like America Samoa.
Oh yeah. That's what I was gonna say. American Samoa. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they actually have soccer.
They get some people from the island. They're like, hey, we
But-
got
but-
this guy that owns a restaurant.
But see, there is a seriousness, though. There is a seriousness. And so, what's worse? Having some, well, I don't know how much success Mexico has at least made it to the playoffs before they started shitting.
No, but Mexico is the biggest team in North America, though.
No. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So, having a team that always delivers, then at some point they have a bad just fall, or being a fan of a team.
They can't make it past the fifth game of the.
Yeah,
They've
that's
never
always.
made it.
Yeah,
past the
that's a
fifth
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need
So-
to be able to stand up against teams like Uruguay to do that.
So okay. So having that or being fan of a team that just doesn't have clutch play.
That's the thing. Oh, good. You go ahead.
What do you rather have? Like have this 10-year run that we don't pass the fifth team in the world.
Let me rephrase: making it to World Cup and lose at the third game, or not even going sometimes to the World Cup.
World Cup. Hate it.
There you go.
Get to watch at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
there's like expectations, but you gotta
in Mexico
manage those.
And if we're and back to as well the original point, if we're really thinking about it, Mexico is carried by their fandom to a certain degree. They're carried now because if they come and play at our Bronco field, they might suck, but they're gonna spend that money and they're gonna show up.
Well, we went.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, you guys. Wait, what did you guys travel for?
Oh no, to the Broncos Stadium.
Oh, okay.
They play against Uruguay here.
Yeah, because Mexico to a certain degree, they probably have one of the best fans because there's so much of us.
Yeah, Mexico is really big. Big ass country.
Estadio Azteca. I think it's
Yeah.
crazy there.
Yeah,
I heard it's like
Mexico should
it's
play
like-
over
it's
there.
like
To be honest.
dangerous. To a point.
Oh, it's dangerous. Oh,
they
no.
get like the UK, or they get like
Up there, yeah.
it gets
Yeah.
driving out there.
Well, how big is it? How many people can fit in there?
No,
It's
I
like
don't know, but it's an
100,
intimidating
100,000?
stadium.
I don't know.
Well, when Uruguay played Mexico here, someone actually died
Who died?
at the stadium.
I think-
I think it was outside the stadium, but they died.
For real? Are you for real? Oh,
Mhm.
sure. Anyway.
I mean, Colfax.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. To be honest, yeah, it's really close
To
by.
be honest, I mean, I saw it was
People
like
forget about the city.
ranking the most dangerous areas of NFL Stadium is in. Like Denver's up there.
No,
Yeah.
Denver's like
Denver in general,
2 or
it's a
3.
dangerous city.
Yeah.
People don't think it is, but
It's like Colfax and Federal is 2 of the sketchiest.
Denver's a very dangerous city, especially those three streets.
Yeah.
Especially those are like the longest ones running in the city, anyway.
I've heard opposite things though. I've heard people say that they compare Denver to the ghetto, but they don't really know what the ghetto actually is.
It's everywhere.
There's ghetto in every city, but then you know.
Mm-hmm.
No facts.
Yeah.
But here until you hit 17,
They just
you
build
know,
a stadium.
Getting that between stickiness.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really cool. I like the stadium.
No.
The actual like
The
Complex
place is fine.
inside
inside
Oh,
the stadium.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's probably one of the safest places you can be. But then you go outside of that, you're like, okay,
That's true.
hold on.
Yeah, but I think the Yankee Stadium is in a dangerous spot too.
Yeah, but it's too much of a. It's dangerous for the opposite team fans. Like for the fans that are not supporting Yankees, I guess.
Or
That's
like
the same as
Philly.
always. I would
I
say
heard
Philly.
fans are-
They got like fucking ultra fucking hybrid crackheads over
No,
there.
but Argentina stadium, Argentinian stadiums.
Oh yeah, that's
Anywhere in another country is
or
dangerous.
like Brazil.
No, the way they live through the sport is just
Yeah, because they see him as a god and shit, Maradona.
they used to. They have to have a
them
church for that guy and
they
shit.
go to that point. They made a religion based on him and shit.
Yeah,
So it's
Too much.
okay to jump ship. I don't know about that. I think if your team is losing, you got to stick to your team.
yeah.
I mean, like saying is I don't know about it being okay. Like, can you jump?
No,
Like, do you have that? Because like if you passionate about a team, you're not able to.
You're
They
able
can be the worst world. You're like,
Mhm.
This just
okay,
doesn't feel right.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah,
because if I was to change, it would have to be something historical.
but then what do you think? Do you rather have a team going to the World Cup and losing every time, or a team that has really good players but then don't make it because the competition is too hard for them to make it?
But what if you were a Colombian fan? How would you feel? Would you jump ship too?
At that point, no. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if Canada, Mexico played in the World Cup, I would still go for Mexico because this is the stage to prove it. Like this is where you do.
I see
stand
what you
up.
mean. Okay.
But again, these other games, like, yeah, they're meaningful, but they're not as meaningful as the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
What? Champions League?
No. Well, in Copa America, we play against the two countries with the most World Cups ever, for example.
Okay, fair enough.
But then that's why nobody else wins.
Yeah.
I mean, recently, well, Colombia was close. Uruguay has a lot of Copa America. They have like 15
Yeah,
or
they're up there.
16.
They be
But
pioneers
then,
and shit.
but that's the thing. I would rather see Colombia in the World Cup, honestly. Even though if we're clowns playing it, at least I will wear my jersey a day and shit. Like I will have fun. Over what? Having top 5 players in South America and losing and then not going.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you mean? Well, I would say again, we would ideally want both, but again, yeah, like we have been able to make the World Cup every year, but it's always kind of like a clutch thing. Like we were barely scratching
So
to
did we
making
beat
it.
Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it's gonna be Mexico and Panama. And that's in that sense, like I'm going for Mexico.
That's my thing. It's just like come on.
And again
Like
that's
this. Come on.
that's more of a sure game for sure. Even though United States
No,
did just lose.
Mexico.
Just lost.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It could go both
but then
ways.
that's the dangerous part of it. What is Mexico standing to? What? Why is it? Where do they want to get to? If they're already, they don't need to.
Yeah, 'cause
Why will you put yourself through hell if you just can host a World Cup? Don't do shit.
yeah, and where you're from, they're already gonna make you feel like you're top dog, right? You're self-sufficient, so you're never gonna leave the localness of it.
I mean, it's just shit. Who are you going to compete against? Panama?
Because honest, that's why I don't watch the Liga Mexicana. Because to me, there's just a bunch of clowns. Like, oh,
Good level.
no. They are. Even now, like my brother, he's super into every level of soccer, and randomly I'll catch him watching the
Not
Champions
that
League
bad as for
or
example
watching the Liga with his dad or whatever. It's just still slow soccer to me. It's kind of
It is really slow.
yeah, like it's boring.
But it's not that bad. It's not. I mean, it's not Premier League, but it's not that crazy.
But at this point, with that level of fandom and that level of culture, as far as America or Chivas, we're not even we're playing a sport here.
Because I would rather watch the Premier League than
Yeah, it's
than
fun.
Liga.
Even if I don't go for the teams, I know I'm gonna enjoy it because that long ass pass, I'm gonna get hyped. I love long passes. I'll be like, oh, he's gonna go for a run, like let's go, and then somebody's gonna foul hard, and it's gonna get like so chippy. These guys are over here fucking lounging, bro.
You guys need to go back to Conmebol and play those qualifiers. That'll be the only way for you guys to go over the 5th game.
I feel like they need to go go run it.
And
Like,
quit that bullshit CONCACAF Champions League and go play Libertadores, dude.
exactly.
As you guys used
I
to.
think that's true.
As
Go
you guys
run it.
used to before.
So, do Mexican soccer's don't have a real passion for soccer? Exclusively Mexican-born, raised soccer players that are pros. Do they not have the equal passion as a UK, a British shit,
Oh.
Italian?
You think so? Me too.
I think they're nuts. I think they can go over the top. I mean, because they have that personal attachment. It's like I don't watch it because I don't have that personal.
But
Or like to-
you would watch it if you did. You wouldn't care of the level of it.
Yeah. If I had that personal attachment, it was like, hey, I grew up in this city. Like I went to go see them in person. I like have a history. I'd watch it.
I like James Rodriguez and I try watching this Club Leon games and
Yeah, but hummus, he fucked his career up, but he's still
he has them in #1 seat.
yeah, he's still like he's a top tier guy.
They actually beat America, huh?
If he stopped wearing
I
fucking
forgot that.
makeup and go fucking play,
It's too late for him
no,
to
I
do
know,
that.
I'm just talking shit. But yeah, it's too late. But even him in his own right, he is this top tier because, and maybe this is the American me because I was raised here basically. If I'm watching a sport, I need you to compete at the highest of your abilities. Like boxing, I don't get it because this is why sometimes it mind blows me that you guys are an adult recreational league.
Oh, it's not recreational anymore. Fucking
All right,
shit.
but
Fucking
Not
shit.
today.
Not today. It was not.
well, the point is, like, if at some point I did play with you guys at the beginning, but like me to go loose every Monday on a random day after work, nah.
Oh no, we don't do that anymore.
Okay, but I'm just saying, and not even outside of you guys.
Maybe
like,
this season.
Maybe we'll go back to it.
Like on like me to go like just go get a cardio run. No, like
What's the competitive aspect of it? It's like where you get that. If you had that growing up, if you played sports growing up and you kind of lost that, that's why I play it.
Me too.
Just like I need.
but you're still competitive.
Yeah,
In
I
both-
mean,
in the
I don't
moment,
know
right?
what the fuck I'm doing in there.
Because you came in here earlier and,
Yeah.
and you felt some type of way. Like obviously it's not that serious. You're
Right.
not
Yeah.
gonna stay up because
It's
you lost.
it's like a battle. It's like you
But you
know
feel
you don't
some
have
type
the
of way.
skill, not necessarily to be there sometimes, but it's like your like competitive nature forces you to keep trying. Like it's incremental.
No, and I agree with you because I think you attempting it can surpass talent. Like
Yeah.
like if you're there just to like you're okay losing, that's mind blowing to me. And then now you're pro and you're getting paid, and this is how you feed your family, and you're playing subpar. That to me doesn't make no sense. Like why did I put on these long ass socks with these small ass shorts and these cleats? Why are we here? Why did like
No, that's crazy though. That's like something different. If you're being paid any amount of money to go do this,
Might as well try to win. Yeah.
like
you
you better break a fucking leg.
You will do everything to win.
You'd practice every day. You'd like focus. You'd like do everything you can to be better. But
Some
like
people just
these
better
these
than
leagues, I didn't play till like the last time I played was last week when we played.
No, yeah.
Between now and then, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, and I get it. Look, socially is good. It's good to have a little exercise. It's good to like de-stress after a long week, a long day. Like obviously, I understand why adult leagues get it,
And
but
they get more stress when
yeah. But like I know I can't do that because I'm gonna be heady about it. Like I'm gonna be like, what the fuck? Like like bruh. And then I still gotta drive a long way home with this loss on my mind. Bruh. Like so, but I do think all right, I do think there's a version of pro athletes that are plumbers now, and that they're electricians. And no shots to the plumbers and electricians. You guys make great money, and the robots ain't gonna take your shit for a while. But they're like casual, like motherfucker.
Well, I have an example, like Johnny Manziel.
So,
You know
was he
Johnny
actually-
Manziel?
Was he actually good though?
He was
College level. I know
He
was.
won the Heisman in college.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
college level.
And then
but
he went to the pros.
fucked off.
And
was
then
like
he was
26.
like, I can't just fuck around and do this. Like, this is an actual job. Pay you millions of dollars to focus your entire life.
There's a sacrifice until you don't know the sacrifice until you go through it, and then that happens
No.
a lot.
And I can never say that. I have never even been semi close to being anything.
But he was like, he has this mentality. It's like, oh, with my talent, I can just do this. I don't have to work hard at it.
But unless
then-
you're Brazilian and you go party and then you want to work up, you know.
Well, that's different.
Do you ever
That's
know that Ronaldo Nazario went with some trans the night before he won the World Cup?
You know,
3 transsexual ladies.
well, that's different. That's like when you have this type of talent that just transcends any type of hard work, then you're like something.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldinho, he never practiced.
Oh
That
yeah.
motherfucker.
You will be with some
Still watching highlights.
20 athletes in a pool.
Fucking coked out in Mexico
Yeah,
somewhere.
like
Fucking around.
doing some crazy shit.
But then if you don't follow through with that discipline, then you end up being a promise, just like Neymar.
Yeah, Neymar.
We were just talking about it.
he
He
fell from grace.
he could have been playing today against Colombia. He decided to go party and then he got injured. Yeah. Dancing in the carnival with his sister before her birthday, like every year.
No, but see, and like Neymar's probably a good example of that. Like, bruh, like you come from the favelas. You about to throw this shit away?
He's not throwing shit away because he's billionaire now.
No, he's straight. His deals, I know his Nike Puma deals have set him for
No,
life.
well, he played in Middle East for what, a year or two? Well, he didn't play. He was injured the whole time.
But he got paid a lot.
That's
But I see your point. It's like if you don't have that otherworldly level, like there are some players we never heard about that could have been at that level, but it was like, no, my talent's gonna do this. I'm just gonna fuck around, and then they just couldn't.
Well, you take Cristiano Ronaldo's life?
Like his life is low.
No,
Oh, like his talent and shit, and like his career.
he's not that talented. If you
But
think
he
about
just
it.
works.
No, he works really hard.
He works really hard.
Everybody
But-
wants to
but-
be
but-
Cristiano Ronaldo, but nobody wants to do what he
Yes.
does on a daily basis.
That was his quote.
His athleticism and then hard work is like puts him at that level, but talent.
No, you're right.
is
You're right.
not
And
there.
and I would, because I respect that. Like, if you're gonna tell me and you're gonna sell me jerseys and we're gonna show up and pay and spend whatever that parking is, that hot dog, that fucking beer, like, bruh, you're here just to play. Like, I don't want life lessons from you. Don't tell me how to live my life. Don't tell me what's right, wrong. Go bust your ass on that field. Whatever you need to do, just do it. It's like how I used to defend it. I used to be a big boxing fan, and obviously boxing has died off in a long time ago. But like when they would like say, "Oh, he did coke," fuck are you doing, bro? Like, go do coke then. Don't box. Leave this shit out of
At
this.
that
Shit.
point, I guess they just get confused with a
I
lot
guess
of
life-
things around their
life-
lives. Yeah.
Life still lives, right? But that's one thing I never understood about like athletes. Like,
Yeah, like how can you be paid that much money and fuck around? Like,
How can you be an NBA player and start betting out of nowhere
And-
when you're already winning millions, dude?
and I'm 33, never been close to any pro level anything. So I'm just saying from a fan point and just maybe even the human level, like, what are we doing? Let's be great. Even if you'll never be Jordan, LeBron, Maradona, or whatever the case may be, but be that level
think-
of you.
at that point, it switches for people when it starts feeling like a job. They're like, oh, I can't.
That's
Do
true.
whatever
That
I
feeling
want
of
anymore.
having.
And it does
Because,
become a
like,
job for
I-
some people, right?
Yeah. Because, like, for example, personally, when I played high school football, it was like, I was just happy.
Good.
Like, this is something I do after school. It's like, you work out, you go practice, whatever. And then I tried a semester to play college football, and that shit was a job. That shit was like, you had to go to the weight room 6:30 in the morning. Then you had a small practice after that. Then you had to go to class.
What college was it?
It was CSU Pueblo.
Oh, well, fucking CSU goes crazy with
Yeah.
football, huh?
Then you had to go to class, and then after class you had to watch film, and then after film you had to go to the weight room, and then after the weight room you had another full practice, and then do it again the next.
Because and I've seen it. I'm a long time fan of rap and hip hop on a real level, and as it's modernized and it's gone through its phases, especially with the internet era, there's a big conversation on like, are you doing it for the money or are you doing it because you love this shit and you're willing to actually put some real work in? And I think that example you were speaking to is like, you were born in the favelas and you have an opportunity to raise your family, raise yourself, and you get to that point, like, does it really matter?
But that's just
You did what
that's
you
just
needed to do.
Brazilians.
That was just a general
I mean,
example.
yeah, well,
That-
yeah, you're
that-
right, but
That could
Whereas,
be
like-
any NBA player, NFL player that was in the ghetto and then
okay, well, yeah, well,
yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's the goal. Maybe the goal was not to be the best football, soccer, tennis player, swimmer, whatever the case.
Well,
may be.
like my example, it felt like a job. I was doing all this work, and I was still probably the worst on the team. I was like,
But you tried.
yeah, I tried for the semester, and then after that, I was like, no, this effort isn't worth like my talent doesn't match what's going on here, so I'm just gonna not do it. Like this isn't for me.
you either go hard and make yourself the best, or you, because it's a lot of shit.
There's,
No,
like,
for sure,
limiting
for sure,
It's
for
just-
sure, for sure.
It's just a lot of
For
shit.
sure. I'm not it's not easy, right? That's why the percentages
But
of
that's
making
where
it pro.
your thing was coming from. Was like, why would you do this? Why would you put yourself through that? And it's
All
like,
this time.
exactly. It's
Like,
I'm not gonna put myself.
like I rather do what you did. Like, nah. Yeah, like I'm probably just gonna injure myself, fuck my life.
Because the sports business is so hard and complicated to like,
What do you
even-
what do you mean?
to
Give some
make
context.
it true.
No, yeah,
like,
the percentages are crazy, right?
think about March Madness. How many of those players that were in those teams, for example, with Christian Brown from Nuggets, he won the NCAA, then went ahead and won the NBA. His teammates, where are his teammates at? Or at least
Half of that squad.
half of that squad, where are they at?
No, yeah.
Well, the statistic is like 1% of high school players make it to college, and 1% of that college players make it professional.
So that all that effort, is it gonna be worth?
No, well, that's what I mean. But like,
Yeah.
call it early.
Yeah.
It's like, but then all those players that didn't make it, they still have that like
competitiveness.
is like
because they
what do I
got
do with
close to it. I mean that
Yeah.
like Sean said, all that they do is really similar to what they do when they're
the close
pro.
like-
to the practice.
Yeah, so
like college people who played soccer, for example? What do? They go to small ponds, like where we play. It's just like
yeah,
Shit on it.
yeah,
the ones that made it to college soccer, Ivory, Ivory,
yeah. You played
he played college for Connecticut University.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
really?
Mhm. And then
Yeah.
maybe he just again he said that what he says is that when you get to a point where you see people playing with you, and then you're like,
That's another level.
I would just never get to that point.
You go to a smaller pond and shit on other people.
No, and I understand that, right? That happens. I think that happens more often than none, right? And I think it does. It like I said, the reason why the percentage is so low as far as becoming a pro in that process and discipline and investment in your body that you have to do to
That too.
Because
stay and
we
maintain.
know a few people that are on our team that they do get paid to
Mhm.
play.
Give me more context.
Like they actually play for teams where they get paid.
Yeah, those leagues that take their games really serious. I don't know those leagues, but they're like Mexican teams, and they do. I think like it may be like I'm not sure, but then not even for pro division. Like the pyramid,
Yeah.
like maybe like second to last at that point.
Okay. So, as Sean gets a bathroom break.
My bad.
No, don't say my bad.
Sean, how dare you?
I just had to acknowledge
How
it.
dare you, Sean? I'm
I
gonna
just
close the
had to
door on you,
acknowledge it.
Sean. I'm gonna lock it.
What I'm saying, I guess, and like in my life, I've had opportunities to be good at several different. Right?
Soccer.
At some point in my prime as a child, yes, I did play a lot of soccer. I played a lot of clubs.
Call of Duty player.
I don't know about that though.
Let's talk about video games, for example. See?
Let me finish right there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
To me, even if I knew I had a chance, like okay, let's just say it like this, just to like not to be serious. Like let's say this. Maybe I have a chance to be the best serial killer ever, right? I just have that chance. But I think about it, yeah, maybe I do have the psychoticness of it. I can compartmentalize emotions and not think about humans as humans to a certain degree. But then now I'm always gonna have to be on the run. I'm gonna have to clean a lot of bodies. I'm gonna have to clean a lot of blood. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
kill.
yeah. We're just no soccer. I'm kidding. I'm getting
You fucked me up.
clean a lot of things.
You're saying how many people you killed already?
No, I would never admit that on my. No, I'm just saying if there was a chance that I could be good at that, I would think about it. But am I willing to clean? Am I willing to be on the run? Am I willing to allow that psychotic side of me to consume my identity 100% and really do this?
How many bodies did you get to before you realized that point?
This is all fantastic
Hypothetical.
theory. But in my head, I'm like, I'm probably not willing. I probably want to enjoy the human stuff, want to feel some love, want to not kill people all the time.
So you got to the college level, and then that's when you realized
The
it.
college level too.
Okay. But in my head, if I'm
He
not,
got to the college parties and he was like, "Oh nah."
yeah, you're right. The college level, and like Sean, I'm like, I can't do this. There's some guys better out there for me.
I always wanted to try. Anyways, I never got that torn out of my life. I guess that little no.
Is that why you play soccer now, or the killer?
Oh no, I've been playing. Yeah, both. Maybe both.
I'm trying to figure out what thorn you had. It.
No, I don't know.
Homicidal urges.
Just like Sean try. I'm with more guidance. When I was skinny and shit, I would have gone for that shit 1,000%. But I guess I never knew how to do that. I guess, so, and that's another thing. That's just only an option for certain people. Sometimes too.
Yeah,
Not saying that for me it was my completely on me. I just I didn't make it.
the point of my idea is just if you put in that much work, you've made it to pro. Even if you're the fifth man on the bench, you're out there. Somebody's a fan of whatever organization, bust your ass. That's all I'm saying, right? Regardless if you will never be the best or even a legend in your own sport, but you're there.
So what you're saying is that since our team doesn't have any fans, we should not do any of that.
I mean, our team.
Our soccer team,
We have like 4 as well.
I'm a fan of you guys, you know?
You don't come watch.
I don't, but I'm there in spirit.
Real fan then.
Not a
Yeah,
real
if
fan.
you don't come watch, then
No,
we're not
guys gotta
gonna.
make a team, man. You guys gotta choose.
Watch,
you guys
take
gotta-
one and come. Take one and
Like
come
one
watch.
day.
But you were gonna say something about the video games.
That's pretty similar. Like video games is because that's one apart from soccer is one of the most accessible things to people nowadays. So-
I disagree a little bit.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean
disagree.
for most of the people, I guess, but
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I feel like that's also a balance of like innate talent and hard work in the sense of repetitiveness, doing it over and over and over again, like chess.
yeah,
It's like how
But in chess, there's different strategies.
yeah, in video games.
video games are a ton.
You have to
Some of them, some
know,
competitive.
identify what's
No,
going
I
on
know.
and then know what to do.
You
But it's
also,
not always gonna be the same thing, though.
No,
Not
yeah.
in chess either.
You phrase your example a bit where chess is not something that is repetitive.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
But like video games, it's like the movements of your hands are.
The
There's like
in
they get
some of them,
faster.
but you also need to know the meta,
reflexes.
you also need to know the metagame. Like the
That's
metagame might change.
Exactly.
By patches,
They
yeah.
might they might drop a map on fucking what's the fucking Valorant, and then the corners will fuck you up, and you have to rethink that whole corner.
It goes into the hard work. It was like doing your research, putting in the work beforehand, researching. Okay, this is gonna come out. What do I need to know about it?
Yeah, because to me, as far as like video games, and I would say like I right now they actually the Call of Duty major was started today in Texas, and I was watching it all day, and I've been watching it. I could say cool 7 years, 6 years now. Shout out to Optic, but the mechanics and the level and like the teamwork and the chemistry and the fucking call outs and the fucking vibes that have to be it's it's one thing me streaming Call of Duty and running around with a fucking SMG and just shooting or whatever and maybe winning a hard point or winning 3 in a row, but when you have to be in synergy with everybody virtually literally with a control, like that's not easy. That's not easy. Like people think it's easy to become a pro, whatever, Valorant, Call of Duty player.
You were just about to shit on it. Where you're gonna say, "Nah, that's not the game."
No. I was just trying to clear that up. No. What I was saying to your point is that it's repetitive, but it's not at the same time because there's so much variables, especially how video game companies have to make money. So there's like some games do get a one update and it's a one thing time, like Valorant. What's another one? This the one the one you play?
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
Sometimes luck is involved as well.
Not in League of Legends or those type of games.
But they're like
I hate when he says this, but I kind of agree with him because it's like timing, bro. Like on Call of Duty,
That's bad timing.
If you don't check a corner and you forget that guy is right there,
That's on
behind
you.
that
That's
door.
not bad luck. That's on you.
I know,
no,
but sometimes it's
maybe.
just the timing of the game.
No, you need to be good enough to catch those things.
Because there's a pretty competitive smartphone app where you get cards and
Really competitive, he said.
and
Come on.
and it's looked on what cards you draw. So
That's
like,
a pay to win. You can pay to get. I mean, if you have money, you just pay, and then you open as much things so you get your.
yeah,
card.
but not even that. Like you could have the best deck ever, but you don't draw the correct cards, you're screwed.
Oh, by drawing games. Well,
Mhm.
that
Yeah, or the reload is too slow, or you didn't duck. What do you
I
mean?
feel like there is luck.
No.
involved.
I
There's
kind
luck
of
involved in-
agree
Just
with
like
you
in
with that.
sports,
There's
that shot by Vini today. That
Yeah,
was
but he
luck
looked for
too.
it. He took it.
yeah, but he could have.
That's like this.
Well, yeah.
It's like he was
No, you're
lucky
right. You're-
because
There's
that
It
there's
doesn't
a
compare
percent-
to
there's a
video
percent-
games because video games are already pre-made. It's like there is
Not
ones
land,
and zeros.
Not land, you know better.
Yeah,
than that. Land is not pre-made. Land is almost as real as we can get. It's not. We're not playing on random servers like me and you play.
I guess you're
Mantis-
unlucky because you couldn't have more bullets, but then your gun was just up to 21. So yeah,
But
you
luck,
should have known. It's
luck,
that.
luck is also like, oh, it was my instinct to push this button. I didn't think, oh, I'm gonna push the button. Like I just pushed that button, and that happened to hit what I was trying to hit.
Well, yeah, but
That's
at that point you're
considered luck.
shooting it. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, but I get what you're saying, Camilo, because I do agree. I think it's only maybe a 1%, 2% as
Right.
far as the luck. I
Mm.
think the mechanical and the grinding it and understanding that map and understanding your gun or whatever that game is, right? There's a lot of that. It's mostly that. But there is times that you for some reason you killed everybody and then your square didn't work, so you couldn't fucking take the bomb off, and now you
Oh, okay.
Take
Well,
it
luck to the player, but not
But it's-
from the game itself, I guess.
no, but it was a software thing. Like for some reason my square didn't fucking connect and pick up the bomb. Now we're down to
So it
5
was a
seconds.
mistake.
I have a question. So in Call of Duty, does each bullet strike have the same value?
No.
So each body part is gonna have a different value then.
Yeah. That's true.
But okay, let's say you have a headshot. Is that value always the same too?
It depends on the gun. They're supposed to be. The fucking Call of Duty is broken.
But in shooter games, it is. A
Because-
headshot's a headshot.
Because I was gonna say, because in another competitive Switch game where you have a
Bunch of cards.
not even cards.
I know.
No,
Pokeballs.
that.
Ah,
Yeah,
have the
yeah. You
Pokeballs.
have your own organisms that fight each other.
See, at that point, Pokemon is a really good example.
Yeah, Pokemon. Yeah, like Pokemon's pretty competitive,
No,
and
it is facts.
like so in attack, might have base power 100, but you also need to take into account your own attack and the other Pokemon's like defense. So there's a simple calculation there, but even then, in every attack, there's like a certain random calculation of how effective that hit is going to be, or even then, every attack has a small chance of being a critical hit.
Also, like another Switch game, Smash Bros. Smash
Mm.
Bros. You get to a certain point where you have a big percentage. It's like one hit. You don't know which hit. Just one hit, and it's gonna send someone off. But you can keep getting hit.
Yeah, there's always this unknown thing or player in said things, right? Because even in chess, maybe
Is there luck in chess?
I think the human aspect makes it at least a little bit of it, right? Because what if your girl broke up with you that day and you are top master in chess of whatever that is, right? But that day you just feeling it, you're just not it, and you're trying to play it off and whatever. This is more important to you than that, but you're still human. Maybe you make an emotional move.
Yeah, but that's not gameplay. With game, like I feel like
playing chess that's the gameplay. What do
yeah,
you mean?
but I'm saying like in chess, like there's already a calculated way of winning.
To a certain point.
Yeah, so
To a
like
certain point, though.
of
Certain-
course,
At a certain level, you move one piece, depending on how the other person their piece.
It
Then
can
the
change
next
the whole thing.
the next 20 pieces are already set.
yeah.
It's like you can just do this, and then the game.
Because again, the smartest players are the ones that have memorized what every action does. So like you can move it here. They already know if you move it into any of these places, like they have already calculated like what's the
Even
next
have
step.
names for it.
No, you're right, but you don't think at one point they had a point of error?
Yeah,
Like,
but that's not.
That's not luck. That's just you.
I wouldn't say that's a
From your
gameplay bug.
if the other person makes a mistake, then that's lucky for you.
Oh, that is
You're
okay.
better than
Okay.
Because why you trying to take?
You were
why
expecting
you trying
them-
to take the human aspect?
You
of
were
it?
I see,
expecting them
yeah.
to do one thing, is like, but they did another.
And
It's
for
like,
some reason they
oh, shit.
forgot that rule.
I
that
see. Okay,
number.
I see that
Oh,
one.
at that point,
I see that
yeah.
one.
Like, because because the game is the game because of the human thing.
Is it-
Even in Call of Duty, yes, it's a virtual player.
1v1 noob right now. Quick scope.
Yeah,
I
like
got you.
yeah, like
gun game.
Yeah, gun game.
Yeah, like TD.
Yeah.
Run it.
Let's
right?
see if you can use some of that luck that you have.
Yeah, exactly. No, well, but I don't see luck as me for the win, right? I'm gonna like that's why even back to the original point how we started this conversation. I'm gonna go as hard as I can. I'm gonna learn the mechanics. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna grind it. I'm gonna understand the map. I'm gonna understand how these guns works or whatever. Or even in chess, I'm gonna learn all those moves pre-made, right? But depending on the day, depending on whatever the fuck you got going on, depending if you forgot to charge your phone that night, something might be off, and you might not go with your.
But at that point, it's not luck for you. It's luck. It would be luck for the other person playing
But it's
against
still
you.
luck, and the luck at some point is there, regardless what side you're of it.
Something you have no control over.
Yeah, it's just there. It's this unknown thing. It's an unknown factor, right? Because right now I can drive home, and there's a high chance I can get a flat tire. I hope I don't, but there's a chance. There's just this. I don't know why. Maybe I there's already a nail in there. Maybe I roll over some glass. Maybe it was time for the shit. Right. It just happened. Then I'm at 1 a.m. fixing a big ass tire. Who knows where, right? Hopefully not, right? But it just happened, right? There's just that variable that's not accounted for that plays a big part sometimes, not all the time. But sometimes technique and hard work and talent should win it.
If you don't have the driving skills,
Yeah,
That's where I go to. Like, is it luck or is just your opponent worse than you? Is it luck or is
I
my
think
opponent better than me?
I
And
think
he
the
will
majority is that. I think the majority somebody's just better.
Yeah.
I think the majority, but
But if you're at the same level
in
and
that
you
clutchness,
expect
if you
him,
don't clutch,
you expect the other person to do something. It's like, I know this person is at that level and I expect them to do this because they are there, and they don't do that, then that's lucky for me.
they call that in fighting games a 50-50s. It's just like, okay, you can break my defense
That's
top
where luck
bias or
comes in.
down bias. That's just how the game will give you that chance for you. Okay, do I trick you? Like, do I guess right or not? If not, I'll lose.
And that's the only situation I feel like where luck comes in, where it's 50-50. Is like, it can go either way.
Okay, the guess and getting it right.
If
Okay,
like you're
right.
playing someone that's a skill level way before you, that's not luck. It's just you're just better than them.
yeah, you
Or like you're playing someone above your skill level, it's like you know it's not luck, they're just better.
yeah.
But if it's like 50-50, it's like it could go either way. It'd be all sorts of things.
Probably what you want. There's always a ghost variable that is there. There's always is, right? Because for some reason everything led up to you guys making it, right? John could have had an emergency. Osvaldo could have been. I want to watch Mexico get big fucking.
Oh, he watched it.
We
Can't-
lost.
No. But he could have, right? I'm just saying, but he didn't, right? There's always a chance that things don't work out the way.
so is there luck in soccer?
Yes.
So
There's
it's
a-
because contact
that
soccer
shot
games.
today.
Honestly, yeah, because anything can happen.
Still
In
thinking about
soccer, anything
Yeah.
can happen. But again, it's our fault. I would say why he didn't pressure Vinicius. He just gave him the space, just gave him the chance to think. There's a lot of factors. I know about it because League of Legends works like that.
But if like when he shot it, if that other player's leg wasn't there to deflect,
Yeah, that's just how it went. That's just how it
but
went.
that
So,
leg just happened to be there, and then
and
deflected
that
a certain
happens
way.
a lot in soccer. A lot.
Right.
a
But then
lot.
that person should have known where to put his leg.
No, but that person didn't think,
Relax.
oh,
Now
if it was the other players.
you're out here doing legs exercises and positioning. I'm like, bro, go home.
No, but Vinicius didn't think, oh, this person has.
Oh,
it.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, and that's gonna deflect it a
course.
certain way, and then that's luck.
At that point, yeah.
They just shot it and hope for the best.
Because in general life, in general existence, you don't ever have full control, even as much as you think you do.
Sometimes.
Now you
Give
just
me an example.
shoot
You
hope
have
for the best.
pure 100% control. There's seconds of it.
My path being the jungle in League of Legends.
What?
I just follow my path, finish my jungle, decide what to gang, give balance to the
No,
game.
but in life, in like
Whoa.
existence.
I play it in. Watch me.
Fair enough.
What am I trying to say? I don't know. You know, NBA basketball is a really good example of being lucky. For like, there's some shots that you say like, God damn, bro, like that shit was not gonna go in
Like,
at all.
they weren't even expecting it to go in.
Yeah.
They just like,
But again, there's sports over sports. Like, I don't know. If I clip stop streaming, it will stop
but
streaming.
in life too, it's like something comes up. You're like 50, like go do this thing, or should I stay? No, and then you're like, okay, I'm just gonna go. Then it turns out the best thing you did in your life.
Nothing will happen
That-
after 2 a.m., guys.
Joining a soccer team.
No, we don't play soccer at 2 a.m. Unless you guys do. That may not be good soccer.
That's what I practice.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, well, the point I was just gonna try to make with that is just there's no real control. There's always a variable that I think there's seconds and moments of control. I think there's high levels of mental altitude that you get to, right?
Altitude
Being in
plus.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that you have no control over your current life right now.
What the fuck was that?
That's gay.
What the fuck was that?
That's gay.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm not bullet for
Shall I stop the stream?
Like,
What the fuck?
I should have tackled him
I know.
today that I was.
Go
but
play soccer with him.
I was gonna lock him in that room and go 30 seconds.
Well, we want to get philosophical with like the ideas of stoicism. I think it was Epictetus.
See that.
We just
he had a theory that the only thing we have control over is our thoughts, how we react to things. Everything else, I don't know. So those things we shouldn't worry about. This only worry about our thoughts.
We shouldn't worry about entropy.
an endless cycle.
Control over it.
You guys want to die? Go on
I
then.
feel like Osvaldo is
Somebody wants to.
Osvaldo's
Somebody got
looking
no
for it.
extra energy for me today.
Osvaldo-
No,
We shouldn't
no.
worry about death because we have no control over it.
No, you definitely should. It's gonna happen. You shouldn't worry about it every day. That's what I mean. There's always a variable of no real control. Control is not. It's not real.
What's real? That's the question. What's real, Osvaldo?
This mic.
It's just
What's
no real
real?
control.
Me?
Just me.
Damn, call this fake, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if you're real.
I don't know if you're real either.
My senses can be playing tricks on me.
My vision can be.
We've all
Manipulated.
hallucinated before. We've all thought we saw something and it wasn't really there.
Have you ever fallen asleep with your eyes open?
No, but I've had sleep paralysis.
Oh, I've
Oh,
had
yeah,
sleep paralysis.
that happens to me a lot. But then
You be flowing?
I got to the point where it happened so often that I found an explanation to it. I was telling Osvaldo that I used to wake up to I used to wake up every time to do some classes in the morning at 7 a.m. Remember? So I'll go back to sleep, but then my mind will not go 100% into it, and then I'll go to sleep, and then the first like 3 or 4 times I will go crazy because I couldn't move, and I'll try yelling, and Yane will say she will tell me that the only thing she will hear was. And then, so the first 3 times I was like, dude, my chest was like,
And then your eyes flutter.
She didn't, because she didn't hear me, so I don't know. But she didn't tell me
Your
that.
eyes.
At some
you try
point,
to
no,
move.
I would just see myself trying to scream, and then at some point, I just got to the conclusion it's because my mind was so worried to wake up that I wanted to wake up, and my body was so fucking tired. I couldn't even wake up, and it got to the point where I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, nah, bro, if I go to sleep, I was so tired, I would let it. And I would just see every time I would see myself do like just sleeping, I'd be like, nah, I'm not gonna fucking about to start trying to scream and shit. I'll just close my eyes and go to sleep. Whatever fucking happens, it will happen.
Hallucinated before, so you don't know if this is real because you've experienced that before.
Just because my brain is gay, bro.
I've had it where
Sleep paralysis.
I dreamed
I was good. Mad times.
like I've dreamed that I have gotten up and have gotten ready.
Oh, me too. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Me too. Yeah, exactly. Me too.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
like
I've lived whole days, bro.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I didn't do nothing.
Like, I'm-
And then I just look at like, what am I doing? Am I sleeping?
yeah.
I'm like, there's no way I'm
It
sleeping.
would always happen when I would have to go to school. Like I would be like, yeah,
there you go.
like I would be like, okay, I'm dressed, I'm ready to go, and no, I'm still in bed.
I hate that. That happens to me when I'm anticipating something so much, and then I get ahead of myself in my head, and
Are you pregnant?
no. Are you?
Oh, food.
Okay, no, definitely not. No,
Okay.
but yeah, Sleep paralysis. What was your experience?
Got a few. Or like, I think a couple times I'll like, I think that was it where my mind was still awake, but my body was so tired. I was like, no, shut it all down. And it was where I had to get up and do something, but I couldn't. And then I would like see figures. It was like my eyes would flutter.
Yeah.
And like I try to open them, but I couldn't. And then I would like see shadows. And then after a while, I
ended up
just
being
like,
your lamp that you found a figure to, and then you, oh, it was my hat hanging from the lamp.
and then after a while, when your body wakes up, you're like, you feel like you get out of a pool. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah. I hate those. Those are the worst.
It's only happened to me twice, but it wasn't as intense as that. Like the first time, I just remember, yeah, I couldn't move. Like I remember, I just couldn't move, but like nothing showed up. Like I just remembered the room being dark. I just couldn't move, so I like forced myself to like throw myself out of bed,
That fucking shit
and
never
then I
works.
woke up. And then the second time was more of hallucination. Like I remember my room was like the light was on. I could hear people like I could hear like my family talking, and I remember yeah also trying to like talk to them, but I couldn't. So same thing there. I was like, oh shit, like I'm in I'm in a sleep paralysis.
shadow realm.
So same thing. I was like, I need to push myself out of bed, and I did, and my room was dark.
No, yeah. I've had similar to Camilo. I haven't had one in like 5 years, but it's like, yeah, it gets shaky. At one point, I couldn't body again, and I got really. I'm like,
No shit.
I'm like,
Locked out.
yeah, I was
Got
like,
the keys.
fuck, bro. I was knocking, bro. I was like, yo, I need to go back. I know I don't like my body sometimes, but today I need. No, that scared me. I remember I even woke up kind of crying, like tears in my eyes, because I was so shitted.
If you were
Really?
superstitious, it's like somebody else is in there.
I was so shitted because and at some point every attempt it felt like I was moving further away from. I was just like, fucking shit. This is and then I even at some point I was like, this is not real. I'm dreaming. It's not real.
That's your brain playing fucking tricks.
You guys don't
But
you
it
guys don't
got to
have
that
lucid
point.
dreams?
Huh?
Lucid dreams?
I don't know what it's
They're really close to.
The one where you're able to control your dreams.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but then
The
that doesn't
same
happen to
thing.
me that often.
No,
It's
it's
just
once in a while.
sometimes I'll be like, and I will do it because I felt it before. Like I'll be like, please let me be Goku in my dreams.
Mm.
Swear to God, bro. Swear to God, because he happened to me before. So I swear to God, I will be able, dude. Don't you want to feel how it feels to be flying and throwing
Yeah.
air from your hands and shit like that? So it happened to me once. I was able like to think of what I
Yeah.
wanted to do. And, oh shit, it happened once. So I would try here and then like, dude, like I'm exhausted. Like please let me be in Naruto or some shit tonight. And I would think of it, and sometimes it will happen. And sometimes I will decide what I do on my dreams. And
Yeah.
shit.
Like one time I was like, oh, I want to fly a Charizard,
I knew you were
and
gonna.
I was able to do that for like a few seconds. That was it. But then there's other times. It mostly happens when it's a bad dream. Like when it's a bad dream, like I can recognize that it's not real, so I can just escape.
Yeah, yeah. Once you know.
Hmm.
I've had some really good ideas like for haunted houses and shit like that. Having those nightmares, but I wake up and I forget about all
Oh
that
no,
shit.
You gotta write that shit down, bro.
I can because I
you got to write it down in your dream.
Yeah, then
fuck that.
leave it somewhere. You'll pick it up later.
That's something. What Sean said is something that will wake me up. Like I start seeing figures and shit, but I know at this point I know that is my lamp because I put my hat on it, or I put some. I gave to Jeanette this dog. There's like a plushy dog. I put it on the chair and shit like that. So when I go through that, and I will start seeing things. I'll figure like people watching me or some shit. And I'll be like, God damn, there's no way. So I get so scared. I wake up. And it was just okay. For example, it was okay. It was that. It was the cable hanging from that shit. I just gave it a man. I just gave meaning to it. So that will wake me up. But then, yeah, no. At this point, I just know.
That used to happen when I was younger. A lot of shadows.
I don't want to touch you.
No, they would. They would.
The shadows.
Like,
The shadow.
they would make sounds and sometimes make shapes with their hands. But I would always wake up. Yeah, I don't think that's
Like-
supposed to be happening.
Like gang signs with their hand.
No, I was 5. Downtown. No, but as far as the dreams where you can control, I, I that's where I got the idea that through a psilocybin trip you could probably do this, but more conscious. Because I felt cities. I don't know. I've never wanted to go cool.
You're missing out.
No, but like I've felt cities. Or if I didn't want a building there, it would be gone. Or if I wanted a door to open,
type shit.
or if I wanted a door to
Are you dreaming right now?
probably look at you.
Remember how you got here?
Me neither.
But that's
What do you
happened though.
mean you're-
I haven't happened in a while.
Who drove me? It doesn't
I
exist.
didn't drive.
doesn't exist.
God
You
damn.
walked.
He didn't walk. This bitch didn't walk.
The one that's scary is that's why I ask you guys, have you ever fall asleep with your eyes open?
No, I haven't.
That's happened to me a lot when I was going to 8 a.m. classes.
Oh yeah.
That was crazy to me.
How do you know your eyes are open?
I didn't know shit. I basically erased everything that happened at that moment, but I knew I saw what was happening.
What? No, that's not,
I saw my teacher is because I used to have this
You were in
English.
class when you fell asleep with your eyes
Yeah.
open?
Oh, hell yeah.
Motherfucker used to fall asleep like everywhere he went.
Yeah. I had long days. But yeah, I remember it was English 101, something like that. It was the dumbest English class in my first semester. And this professor had this voice that, bro, like, she was meant to do everything but teach, bro. She could have seen Lullabies for Life and she will win millions, bro. Like, he will make millions. And then I remember I would sit there and I'll be like this. And then sometimes I would just see she will start the forming, that her face will start being funny. And then I would just be like, oh, class is done. Good to go.
Well, yeah, sleep deprivation is the best way to let's get to those
Bro, sometimes
to those realms.
like her face got to be so fucking funny that I was laughing the shit out of my ass during class, just because her face was funny. So it's just
that's a complete hallucination.
I was gone,
Yeah,
bro.
sleep deprivation is the best way to get to those realms.
Or what about sleepwalking?
Oh, I never done
I
that.
did that when I was little.
I did that once. I was
But
little.
that's part of sleep paralysis.
I don't think it's similar.
Control of your body. You are walking.
It's like talking.
It's like the
No,
opposite.
Sleep paralysis is like your body's paralyzed.
Mhm.
It's like you can't move if you wanted to.
But you can't
the
move while you're
opposite.
walking. You're just moving, but you're
But
not
your
in
body's
control.
moving. Yeah, that's different.
It's like the opposite. It's like
right.
opposites.
Like your mind's in control. With sleep paralysis, your mind's in control. Your body's
Paralyzed.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
sleepwalking.
Yeah.
It was like when I was little. I was not that little. When I was like teenager, I had a dream that I was watching. I was like daycare watching kids, and then some of the kids like ran out. They left. And I went to go chase them, and then I was at I woke up and I was at the door almost about to go
Damn.
out.
It's basically like peeing your bed. Like having that dream that you're peeing and you're actually peeing.
Oh, I don't think I've
That's
had
how your
that.
brain gets you.
Yeah, like those TikToks, like you're flashing the toilet and I don't know where it changes to your pillow. Oh,
Damn.
no.
Oh no! Don't even say that, bro. Like I remember, at times I would be eating something and I would just be like, "Come on, we're too old for this shit, bro. Like, why am I eating a pillow right now?"
That I don't know if this is
Why were you biting the pillow?
Guess it looked like a steak, bro. It was like,
Come on, it's just why were you biting that pillow?
I don't know, bro. Shit like that would happen to me, especially when I was little.
Were you by yourself?
Definitely by myself. Aside from right now, me admitting that, nobody ever.
Like to buy pillows too?
I have not. I just my parents just said that one time I did was standing on my bed. That I was just standing. That was it.
Didn't walk.
Yeah, but I don't remember.
There's some people that do crazy shit, like they'll start cooking and
Oh, that's crazy.
I heard that. I heard that
Like,
before.
That's the dangerous one.
yeah.
You start doing extra activities.
They start their morning. They make coffee. Like
Imagine
like
being
2
able
a.m.
to do that while sleeping. So when you wake up, everything's ready, but you didn't lose sleep time.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's just a dream.
That is a dream.
Yeah, then
actually.
you leave the stove on. Your house is on
The
fire.
secondary consequences. I'll
Yes,
take
Camila,
them. I'll
we
take
take
them.
it. Yeah,
That'll be great.
but sleep deprivation is probably the first hallucinations that we probably have had, aside from probably starvation or any
Yeah.
substance came into play.
In starvation,
Happening. Right?
like a few weeks, doesn't it?
You go through it.
Yeah, because when you couldn't hunt the fucking buffalo, I go a whole month with fucking herbs that are kind of poisonous.
And then sleep deprivation. When does it start? Like 3 days, 2 days?
Oh no, I don't think it was not my case. I would just sleep like 4 hours a night.
Like if you don't sleep for 2 days, you start.
Wait, you were
hallucinating.
not? You don't think you were sleep deprived?
I was sleeping. Maybe not.
You just said you slept 4 hours. You were sleep
Yeah.
deprived.
Yeah.
from Monday through Friday.
It's like,
You sleep less than, I guess, 4 hours. You sleep 4 hours or less, you're sleep.
That's because sometimes you want your free time. Goddamn it! Like
No, well, trust me, I know all about sleep deprivation, but you were sleep deprived.
But it has to be repeatedly.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
be constant.
well, it was just during my college semester.
what about like straight? How long? 48, 36 hours.
I think there's been a person that has gone like a week, and like by the 5th or 6th days when the symptoms started kicking in.
If you
Yeah.
you don't
Week and a
go to
half?
sleep,
Mhm.
yeah. But if you go, I heard that if you go to sleep, you will actually sleep for 3 days. If whenever you don't sleep for that long time, I hear. I'm not sure. Like have a murder.
Possibly.
I don't know.
Who?
Not.
Yeah, yeah. You were on your last strike with fucking referencing.
No, I hear that happened. I hear that happened a lot during World War II with the people in charge of like mapping and shit. That they will just not go to sleep for
To all the
days.
Nazi soldiers, especially with the withdrawals from the methamphetamine.
Yeah.
I were there.
Like they were fucking flipping
Those
out.
scientists, they were hopped up.
But
Science shit.
it also depends on your genetics. Like some people are they're more sleepers, so like they won't wake up to any noise. But other people, any tiny noise will wake them up. I'm like any noise will wake me up.
Like more in the middle, but towards heavy.
You
Yeah.
light sleeper or heavy sleeper? Is did you
Not
take
necessarily. Yeah, but that was
But
like
your jeans are midfield.
because like because light sleepers are like the ones that had to like stay up in the tribe.
and watch over
Mhm.
everybody? So what, you used to watch her and then you hunter? What the happened? Trying to what middle ground are you in, man?
You went from hunter to cooker.
I think I lean towards heavier sleep.
Yeah, I'm heavier. I can
Because
sleep with music on.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh well, that's it.
Hey,
No, but like I could pass out at
like
a
the
party.
TV.
Ah,
I feel like that's it's how you what your parents have. Like if everything was quiet when you're a baby. Oh, if they have the TV, they have yelling.
well, that's what I had too.
Then you're to sleep through anything.
well,
Yeah, like that's how like I would sleep at parties when they had like quinceañeras and stuff.
I guess.
Of course, and even like as a kid, like my parents would always have the TV on.
fall asleep with the lights on.
Yeah, me too.
That's
Sometimes.
the hard one.
Yeah,
Like me, that's
I could be in the living room. Just give me a good couch, and fucking you can.
But at night,
Even middle
Yeah,
of the
me
day.
too. Like sometimes, like I'll be like if I have homework, like I'll fall asleep. Yeah, with the lights on.
No, I'd have to be tired.
yeah, me too. I'm
But
a
if it's
light sleeper.
like a normal day where
Props to you.
Yeah, on a
You
normal
got
day, yeah. But
you have a
then,
very healthy
but
brain.
then, like once I do fall asleep, like just by waking up to turn from side to side, like I'll wake up, and then it'll take me a few minutes to go back to sleep.
Me too.
So you're light sleeper or heavy?
Oh, 100%. My dad leaving the house at 6 a.m. will wake me up.
Yeah.
I listen. My
Yeah.
dad moving the pans and everything, making his coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I used to live with David Tate, I'll hear him.
I get it.
He looks like Andrew Tate, bro.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, I will listen whenever he will leave the house. If Janae moves at, she wakes up to this restaurant, I'll wake up. Like I don't know why everything will wake me up. Everything, every single fucking shit will wake me up. So, my when I was a kid, like no, my house was not a loud house. Like
Right.
it was quiet at
Bedtime,
night. Oh, I used to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to the school, middle school and shit. So they will actually respect my sleeping time.
And then I like to fall asleep to like podcasts or music.
I put the rain on the TV.
The rain
here.
sounds.
But I do program the TV to turn off.
Depends. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I just I don't trust what
No, Jesus is more on the side of the other noise.
Like brown noise.
Get in there.
Look, Camilo Tate, relax.
You're getting there.
Camilo Tate, relax.
The right direction.
The right direction.
Because I am a heavy sleeper, but if I go to sleep paranoid, I'm not sleeping. And I can hear everything. Like when
But you'll wake up once you're already asleep, or it's like you can't go to sleep.
no, I'm not sleeping. I'll close my eyes.
That's different.
I'll rest my eyes and lay in the dark, but I'm not really sleeping. So, you guys use alarms? Wake up every day?
Else, yeah.
I've never used them. I wake up. Now, do I decide to be responsible and get up how I'm supposed to? Not all the time, but I wake up. If I have to be up an hour before, I'll wake up an hour before. Like all week, I've been waking up at 8 in the morning. But I don't need an alarm. I've never used an alarm. I hate alarms. Alarms are more triggering than a motherfucker.
I snooze those bitches.
Yeah, I have like
I'm
5
gonna
alarms.
break it. And then
I
I'm gonna tell
snooze
mom,
them
look,
till the
I
end.
don't like SpongeBob that much. You should take it for your room because I don't want a random loud fucking middle of my like no.
How about like a bah,
Oh,
bah,
bruh.
bah, bah.
Because I'm already
You
waking
gotta
up.
have something that eases you into the morning.
Fuck that.
Middle ground guy over here, man.
It's always in great areas.
You can play your music to play.
No, because then you will hate that bitch.
That's true. That is
Yeah.
very true.
No, I
tried
wake
that.
up. I wake up. If I know I need to do something or I need to be somewhere, I'll wake up. No alarm. I ask my mom. Every alarm she ever tried to give me, I give it back to her. I'm like, don't like noises in the morning. I'll wake up. Okay.
I don't trust my circadian rhythm. I'll wake up at 11 and it's like I had to work.
Oh, that's never happened to me. No, that's never.
That has happened to me. Sometimes I even untrust my capacity to set up alarms. I don't trust it. Bro, like I'll put it. I will
Like, you
set.
guess it?
I will set the alarm and
So finish your thought. So we're wrapping up.
okay. I will set the alarm and then I'll wake up. Like in the next morning, I'll wake up before and I'm like, fuck, I didn't set up the alarm. Like I have to wake up right now. It's too late. I don't trust it, even though I know I set up. I set up the alarm. I don't trust myself with it. Not even after I know I did it. I don't know why. I just can't trust myself with it.
Well, we learned a lot about Camilo today. He's a fucking nerd. Who fucking
Just because
controls
I can't set up alarms,
Who controls their dreams and wants to be Goku?
bro. Try it. Oh, I wish that ever happens to you, so you can feel.
So explain to me, how does it feel to be Super Saiyan? Come on.
Powerful.
Yes, bro. I will break a tree with my fist. You don't want to feel that?
You don't want to fight Frieza?
I didn't
no.
fire anybody. Do you want to fly from here to Colombia in
I could just fly.
minutes?
I could
time
just fly. It don't have to be Super Saiyan. In the dream,
Every
we could
time
just
I
fly.
like dream of flying, it's like a tumbling. You don't have control.
Those are the first times.
Oh, can you guys
Those are the first times.
Give you that. That's fact.
can you guys run in dreams?
Oh, I never tried that.
I can't.
I never tried that.
I can't.
before.
I can't run. Like I start stumbling.
Huh. I need to dream of being Usain Bolt or some shit like that.
Like I can't. Like it feels like I'm running, but then I can't. Or reading.
Never tried that. It really never happened to me.
Wait,
but yeah.
that's probably worse than this guy.
What?
You've tried to read in your dream?
You've never tried to read?
In a dream?
In your dream? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Shit's going on in my dream.
Yeah,
I'm trying to fucking
I'm being Goku, bro.
Oh, not read a
city.
Do you think I want to read my?
not read a book,
I'm gonna be Goku.
but read like
A sign?
a sign or like you read your phone or something.
You got your phone in your dreams?
Phone's on it.
Yeah,
It's in my
dream.
dream.
Go a little bit, man. Y'all gotta like explore a little bit.
He downloaded the Chinese TikTok, bro. He signed up for the Chinese army and he didn't even know.
No, but not that I don't believe you, but sounds like a particular thing to you.
But that's why you haven't tried to, like, let's say there's a sign, you don't try to read it.
Yeah. But I've read it.
No.
Don't recall
I
that.
usually look at
Don't-
it and then like think about what it says,
Yeah.
but not actually.
That's it. bro.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing where, like, I know that's the case. Like most of the time, like you'll see something and your dream will tell you this is what it means. But now that you know that information, now you can actually try to read it instead of just taking it for granted. You can actually try to read it.
Because the one thing I can relate to that is like I've tried to see people's faces, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, all right, buddy, whatever the fuck, zombie motherfucker.
That sounds like a really weird dream.
No, it was a dream, bro. It was like a crowd of people that I felt that I knew, but when I was trying to see who they was, their face. It kept happening. And I was just walking in the crowd, and
I think that's kind of a common occurrence where, yeah, same, like any face will kind of like shift.
yeah, like
Sometimes I would just dream like back in the day. I used to dream like it has happened to me twice. Not anymore, but like 5 or 4 years ago. I'll dream myself going back to live in Colombia. And then it will be with the most random people ever. Like, not even my family, but just like maybe this friend that I met in 8th grade over there, and then
Yeah.
I saw him maybe 4-5 times in 3 years, and I'm like hanging with that guy, and then I'm like sad that I was sad that I left the U.S. I'm like, bro, what am I doing here? Why did I leave? So it's just
look at me, Yoda. That's what that dream was trying to tell.
What? I have an accent.
No,
I have
fuck
an
you.
accent. That always scared me here and then. Like, what am I doing here?
No,
again?
but I think like your example, even the reading or even my face example, that's specific to your consciousness or whatever that got going on. Because I was
Yeah,
obviously-
maybe I was scared to go back.
Yeah.
Rendering issue.
yeah,
Like, brain camera.
yeah. You're like
So much memory.
the worst is
So
that
much about it.
I think it's the person I think it is, and then the face just. All right, bitch. Can we get out of here?
Have you met by my face before?
Yeah, I've met everybody's face. Everybody that I know. Like I have those a lot though. Where I'm in a crowd, and then I start looking around to get my bearings, and everybody just starts melting. I'm fucking wax candle humans are in this bitch. But gentlemen, any final thoughts? Are we good?
You give a try to dream your Goku, bro. Like, 100%.
No, he said reading. I'm with you now.
That's 100% worth it.
We're going to be reading.
That's
It sounds like a
100% worth it.
personal
To give it a
project.
try. You'll have fun.
Super Saiyan.
I've
Yeah.
never tried. Maybe.
It was a little crazy, but for sure.
But that's how you figure out you're in a dream, when you try to read something and it's not as a normal instinct.
Or where the little trompo just fell.
Or I can't see my shadow. I'm like, okay, we're doing that.
Oh, I've never tried that.
How about your actual shadow?
Like I look for a reflection, even if it's like a shiny space, and it's not. I'm like, oh, it's a dream.
How about your shadow from Sonic?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been.
So, one last thought. If you stack 2 pizzas, you have 2 pizzas.
Oh yeah.
But if you stack 2 lasagnas, one on top of another, you still have 1 lasagna.
Really hope. Nightmare.
Am I wrong?
This is a
Am I wrong?
nightmare, and I need to get the fuck out of here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention, your time. Please like and subscribe, and I guess go try to be a fucking Super Saiyan.
Stay in
If you
fact.
ever wonder if you're in a dream or not, try to read some shit. I don't know what the fuck you got here. Mexico won, Colombia lost,
Facts.
U.S. lost,
U.S. lost.
and we're playing Panama. Mexico's playing Panama.
We're playing Paraguay this next
weekend.
Tuesday.
And we've learned Osvaldo's a passive aggressive weirdo. You need to win his heart if you want to get it crazy. But thank you so much. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Osvaldo. And thank you, Camilo.
Yes,
And we're
sir.
out. Peace.
Peace.